Hey guys, and welcome to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel. What a great day it is today. We're going to talk about something fascinating today, something that may dispel or even help you along your journey of life, because this certain aspect of your life can absolutely ruin the point where you started and the point where you agreed, spiritually speaking, to feel or to be or to awaken to a certain moment. And it is this in between that I want to try and fill in for you, the void, the gap, the hole. Okay, it's quite a deep one. This video might take a while, but let's do it, okay? Because I think it's really necessary for me to try and explain to you on a spiritual level, not on a level earthly level, on a spiritual level. We call this the bigger picture. So over the decade, I've seen so many people come to me with their head down, and it's a very, very, very common energy. Okay, it's probably one of the most common energies in the world. Probably far more common than heartbreak and other things that you may think is really common. This one is I think, probably the most common. So how do I start with this one? I can share stories with you of, think of one. There was a very beautiful young man who came to me once. Blonde hair, blue eyes, the life of the soul of anywhere he went. He beamed energy, and I had a lot of admiration for this young man, and his life, everything in his life was, I would say, perfect, apart from one thing. And that one thing was, he didn't know what his path was or his journey. What I found fascinating is that, like many of us, doesn't matter how old we are, we walk our path of life and we allow one thing to ruin the rest of our things. However, he was slightly different. He saw it in a different way, which always fascinated me to the rest. So his journey was, I'd see him in the morning and he'd have the utmost happiness for whatever he was doing that day. And when anybody had ever asked him, what are you going to do when you're older? He used to say, I don't know. And I always noticed he hung his head down. And I noticed from 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 days onwards, he would change. He wouldn't be the same person anymore. He lost his spark, his drive, his happiness, his will to be the person that he is. And I often got so upset about that. Anyway, I lived in the village for many years at that time when I first started and saw this coming and coming. And then it was the same pattern. And anytime his grandmother or somebody else would ask him this very question, boom, it hit the floor again really hard. Anyway, the day came when he had his exams, and he was a little bit nervous, and I was sat in his grandma's cafe, and I said, how you doing? And he says, well, okay. He said, just a little bit nervous. And I said, why? And he says, because I've got my exams and I don't want to fail them, because I think there's something that I'd like to do. And wow, okay. Where does this come from? He said, well, actually, I overheard somebody speaking and I thought it was something that I'd like to do. And I went, oh, right, so you never thought of it, of what to do? Because I was very interested. And he said, no, I just overheard some people speaking and I just thought it sounded really good. And I said, what is it? He said, I think I'd like to become an airline pilot. And I said, so you're nervous? And he said, yeah. I said, just hang on. And I shot back to my reading room, came back and I gave him some healing oil. And I said, this is a gift for you. And he said, oh, thanks, Mark. What is it? And I said, well, a lot of my clients use this oil, and it's kind of like a magic oil. And what you do is you rub it here, and it helps open your mind and helps you clear the fear and everything that you've learned. All the things that are important for that very moment will appear as if it's just there. Anyway, he wasn't somebody who believed in stuff like that, but obviously he was a little nervous. So I saw him a few days later, and he says, "Mark, I put the oil on and it worked." And I said, "Brilliant." And coincidentally, he over the next few months, I found out he passed all his tests. He got A, something like that, top A's, and went on to doing the pilot course. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, the fact of life is that all of us come into this world and we agree before we come here to do certain things along the journey. And along that journey, we also agree at certain points on that journey that we will do something else, or change our life, or do something that is going to be filled with passion and our potential gift, our why we're here, and points of who am I. And all of these things are set out in a way that I've come to realize are there. They're actually there. And it doesn't matter how you try to make something happen quicker, you can actually move that. You can actually get there faster by letting go of everything, because if you watch a kettle boil, it takes longer to get to that point. But if you don't watch the kettle boil, you actually get where you need to be, or your kettle boils instantly. Oh, how did that happen? Because you're not focused on a certain thing that you think you need. So what I'm talking about is this certain thing that you focus on is indeed tangible, it's solid, it's hard. And you think it's not because it's not there and it's not visible and it's not appeared to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I know I want to be somebody. I know I want to do something in my life. I don't know what it is. Mark, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. I can't tell you what it is, because that point, when that happens, it will happen. And just like that beautiful man, nearly, at that point, overheard a conversation with two people that wasn't his conversation, and boom, it happened. I have met people and I have said to them, "Wow, you look different. Oh my God, Mark, you wouldn't believe. I've been coming to you for like 8 years, always wanting to know, and you said it will come, it will come." I didn't know what my path was, and I was so frustrated, I was so angry, I worried, I ruined my life almost. And then it just happened. And how did it happen, darling? Did it happen because you made it happen? No, it just came into my life. My dear friends, I sit here before you with my hand on my heart and say there has never been one single person that I have personally met who have honestly said to me with a hand on their heart, "Mark, I made it happen. I thought about it and I made it happen because it's what I wanted." All I know is over these 13 years, magic happens in your life, and that magic is that very point where it just happened. And if you understand this great, valuable wisdom, you can stop worrying about your life. You can stop worrying about who you are, why I'm here, what do I have to do to find my potential, what do I have to do to become this or that. No matter what it is you think you want to be, that's the magic. That's the magic. It's like a child running round at a party looking for the Easter egg or the egg, or I need to find. Everybody's searching for this egg, and then all of a sudden somebody finds it. This is what you're like now. But the problem with you at the moment is that you are not seeing this like that. You have the magic, you know it's in with you, and you're You're changing it around and you're making yourself feel bad instead of turning it round like the child and enjoying looking for the Easter egg, looking for that egg, looking for that prize, because that prize will come just at the right moment. So I ask you today, beautiful friend, the time that you start in this world, or the moment that you start to feel that life needs to give you what you need to find it. You need to be the person that you felt you came here to be. To this point where it's about to happen, it is this in between that I am here to say to you, don't do like the others do. Stop yourself from giving yourself pain and suffering. Stop looking at this void, this hole, as that. Look at it as the most amazing moment of your life to experience whatever it is before this moment comes. And then you're so busy doing whatever you're doing, you look back and think, why didn't I enjoy myself in that time that I fretted, I worried, I panicked, I cried, I had heartbreak inside me because I didn't know who I was and where I was. My God, friends, it isn't about the point. It's about enjoying life, realizing that you are that miracle. And whatever happens in your life, you are still that miracle. This point doesn't make you the miracle. This point isn't who you are. This point is just part of a journey. It's easy for me to sit here because I found my path. How? Just happened. A friend of mine yesterday came here. I said, it's easy for you to say that because you found your path. How did you find it? It just happened. It just happened because they trusted in something within them. They believed in something inside them that happened. At a given moment, that something just happened. Oh, I heard this on a radio. This happened, that happened. And all of a sudden, I found my path. No, you didn't find your path. Your path found you. So I am here today to tell you, let go of your pain. Let go of your suffering. Let go of your fears. Let go of this mind always in confusion, and tell your mind to be still and say to yourself, in the right moment, my path will find me. Boom, boom, your life changes. And then like the kettle, it boils and it's there. Magic is you. You are the magic. And I promise you, if you have not found your destiny and path yet, it will find you. I love you with my hand on my heart. Be beautiful, be strong, and make today the first day of the rest of your life. And as you know, you haven't even started living yet. It's just about to begin. I love you all, I really do. Have a great day, guys. Catch this. You are the magic.